TNT Radio. Tu radio en internet.
Bueno, estamos otra vez, y van muchas ya, con el amigo Tomi Fooler, pero en esta ocasión con Tomi no vamos a hablar de Skeletoon, que es su banda, sino que vamos a hablar de un proyecto nuevo que ya nos comentó hace unos años y que se llama The Seventh Guild y que a mí me parece apasionante. Así que le saludamos. Hi Tomi, how are you?
Hi Kim, it's great to be here again, and hi to all your listeners.
It's a pleasure for me to have you again with me because I think last time was 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, probably for the 121 Gigawatts Club release for Skeletoon, the last Skeletoon album.
Yes, and after your tour in Spain with the Skeletoon, I think was February 2022, 3 years ago.
Yeah, pretty much 2022. I don't remember so well because after that tour it was a lot of stuff to be done, for the Seven Guilds. So it looks like 10 years ago.
Well, you told me in 2021, in our last interview, you are doing a new project without name, with 2 or 3 more singers, stellar singers. Okay, that's the Seventh Guild. But you promised me, it was in 2022, and now we are in 2025.
I know. I'm sorry I mean, the record was ready for that time. Everything was set up, but we spent a lot of time for promotion and to support it before, and we need to schedule every move. And as you have seen, I didn't post on socials a lot due to this fact. I had to keep the secret. I have to say, hey, there's something boiling in the pot, but I don't want to say anything more. And that was something like scheduled. It was for me forbidden to share any information. And it took 2 or 3 years to do it. I think we made a great promo because Seventh Guild release is going great so far. I mean, we've received a lot of great reviews, a lot of requests for the Project Light, but, stuff we're going to talk about now.
This is a very good record for me, and it is a different record because you are 3 singers, Giacomo Voli, Ivan Giannini, and you, for me, the 3 master singers in Italy.
Yeah, thank you, but we don't forget some crazy and great voices like Fabio Leone, Michele Lupi, Alessandro Conti, Roberto Tiranti. We've got Sara Squadrani. We've got Steva from Deathless Legacy. We've got tons of great vocals beyond us.
Italia is a country with a very, very good singers, very, very good vocals, as you said.
We have a lot of time. We have a lot of time to be, wasted.
Yes. Well, Giacomo and Ivan, I know, are close friends of you. I think this is an important point to choose these 2 singers.
Yeah. Exactly. And it was an important point also to choose the right musicians. I mean, the first one involved was obviously Simone Mularoni from DGM on guitars, due to the fact that we were actually recording Nemesis album for Skeletoon, and I came up with this new idea to him saying, hey, I want somebody like you and Luca to really help me writing some operatic metal. And he said, no, I can produce it. And then he changed his mind. And we tried to get we talked about to involve also Luca Turilli, but it was super busy at that time, so we left the idea where it was. And I started thinking about 2 more vocalists, and Giacomo and Ivan were actually the first 2 names that came up in my mind.
As usual, Giacomo and Ivan, I think I remember they were on Skeletoon albums too sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Giacomo for Arcana Opera in Nemesis, and I don't think we had even.
I think
I don't remember.
No?
I can't remember, but I'm pretty much sure he wasn't on any Skeletoon album. We played together. I don't remember. Maybe in some special bonus tracks or something, but I don't remember. Sorry, Ivan, I don't remember.
Well, there are another very good singer and very close to you. Is a close friend to you, and he's not in the record. I don't know why. You mentioned this. You mentioned him before. I don't remember his name because I'm very old. In Trick or Treat, for example.
Okay. Alessandro
Alessandro, yes.
Yeah, actually, I also thought about him. I spoke with him to have him on the album, and he said yes, no problem. But then we thought that the combo Tomi Fooler and Alessandro Conti was way too overrated, way too used. We sang a lot of songs together. He guested in 3 of our albums, so I thought it was better to try and change something. But actually, I've already took some kind of agreement and deal with him for the next one. So a lot of people is asking for Tomi Fooler and Alessandro Conti in some kind of new song. So probably it's gonna happen again.
Well, I hope this could be in the future. Well, these 3 singers, obvious, remember me 2 projects. One is the operatic project, the Three Tenors, and the other is a metal project, the Three Tremors. What kind of
Actually,
influence? What kind of?
Yeah, all the influence. I mean, especially for the image. I mean, 3 singers, obviously, but we actually planned to create an image, the sound, the mood on this kind of examples. So yeah, pretty much everybody said this. 3 tenors and 3 tremors are main examples for Triunviro. That is pretty much true because we planned it, our image, we shot our image on this kind of situation, on this kind of example. So yes, it's definitely a comparison we can make.
Well, why the Seventh Guild and no other names?
Okay. I was impressed from Winterhard's Guild from Sonata Artica. I loved the album. I loved the title, the name of the album, and I thought something like, hey, we're all musicians, we are all part of a kind of sect, we're some kind of part of a guild. And I said to myself, sooner or later I have to use this word for a name project or for a name album, I don't know. And then I decided to melt it with the number 7 because, first of all, not a lot of projects has got a number in their own name, and I thought it was different, so I liked it. And then because actually the 7th Guild is my 7th professional musical project, and Triunviro is my 7th studio album. And then I said, okay, the number 7 has got some kind of biblical meaning. And I love, Easter eggs and stuff. And I said to myself, yeah, that's why I'm choosing this name. 7th Guild is the one.
Cool. Well, the 3 voices fits perfectly united because...
Thank you.
You, Ivan, and Giacomo have a kind of voice very similar, but different one of the other, and it fits perfectly in all the songs.
Yeah, there was a lot of work to be done to reach this kind of result. I knew that probably Ivan has got the most empathic voice in comparison with me and Giacomo. Giacomo is probably the one of, to me, is one of the best top metal singers, top pop music singers. I mean, he can sing pretty much everything, and you feel the gut when he sings. So I thought it was the most operatic one. And then there was me, and I placed myself in the middle. I mean, I have no skills like Giacomo. I have no power like Ivan, but I've got the passion, and I want to let it out. Not only writing songs, but trying to let the world see who is Tomi Fooler. Okay, what am I feeling while I'm singing? In Skeletoon, the word saw the fun part. Okay, the funny side. But I realized, growing old, that I've got also a darker side, some sad side. I have something to say that is different from, hey, everything is perfect. Okay, I got my problems, I've got my challenges, I've got my own life, and I said to myself, it's time to try and let it out. And that's the exact place where my voice fits in the middle of three.
Well, you are the mastermind of the project. It is is your idea and your project, but I think the three singers in the record, you are the most unknown on the three. Do you think this could be a point of inflection in your career?
That's a difficult question. I don't know. I mean, everybody is asking, hey, you are three singers, and don't you think you are challenging yourselves? Is there anybody that wants to overtake the other, and anybody that needs to be more than the other? And I always say no. I mean, we give ourselves out, our guts out in every song. And I would say that this was a challenge for us. And even if Giacomo and Ivan are very more popular than me, I think I try to give this kind of point of view on what we are singing, not on who we are. Okay, so I think this is kind of balancing everything, and I think I like the result, and I'm sure it will be a sequel of it.
Well, the record is obvious, as you do and Giacomo do and Ivan do, is a power metal album, but it is not a standard power metal album. It's so different. There are operatic moments in the album. There are symphonic moments in the album. What about the mix of styles indeed?
It was planned at the very beginning, at the root. I didn't want to deliver a power metal album because I've already done it with Skeletoon. I mean, I can go darker, as I said before, but I don't want to let everybody think Seven Guild and Triumviro are only power metal. I love classic style. I love classic music. I love operatic style. I love gospel. I love something that comes from inside, you know? And I just try to melt these two kind of styles together, power metal and opera. I mean, I know a lot of people already done it, but I thought it was my time to say something, my point of view, my vision, you know. And it was difficult, was very, very difficult, especially at the beginning, because the first songs that I wrote for Triumviro were at the beginning maybe too much similar to Skeletoon ones. Okay, so I needed to change them. I needed to add more operatic, and then that's why Daniele Mazza from Ancient Bards came up. I said, I need a guy that can arrange orchestras in a different way, in a cinematic way. And I just gave him a call, and he accepted the job, the challenge. He delivered every song one time, and it was a perfect one. So that's our power. Yeah. That's why power metal and operatic style could meld together.
Well, the style, when I begin the hearing or listening the album, Holy Land, the first, for me is one of the most operatic or most classical style. I think this is your intention to begin the album with this song.
Exactly. Everything in the album, including the title track, including the first track, was my idea. I mean, for the first time, I said to label, I said to management, okay, you guys take care of everything, but the music is my own business. I'm doing as I'm saying. This is the first song. These are the three singles. This is the opera, the artwork, pretty much everything. And it worked good. And Holy Land, I love that song because it wasn't one of the first songs that I wrote for Triumviro, but it was the one with most Andre Matos influence in it. Okay, and I decided to tribute him singing, in lyrics, in music, but especially in the title, Holy Land. Like everybody goes to the first Sangra's album. And that's the incarnation of the love for Andre Matos that I feel myself. And I like it because it's fun that you said it's one of the most classic power metal song I've heard. It's actually delivered with that intention. I decided that the Seventh Guild will deliver only power metal style songs from the 90s, okay? And probably Skeletoon will switch to the new power metal route. That's why I did it.
In this album, you mix two languages. There are songs in English and there are songs in Italian. Why this?
Yep.
For me, is a perfect mix of the songs. You never can expect a new song who are in Italian or in English. Why decided to you this?
I decided when it was time, when I wrote Il tramonto delle ere for Skeletoon. I love that song, and you can see a comparison between, in Triumviro I have La promessa cremisi, that is in Italian. That is basically the sequel in a style of Il tramonto delle ere. Is kind of evolution of the style that you can find in Il tramonto delle ere. And since that day, from Nemesis album with Il tramonto delle ere, I thought Italian and operatic metal and power metal can meld together well, in a good way. And I said to myself, okay, I need to write another Italian song. And then I came up with Glorious, and I said, okay, the bridge can sound better in Italian, and I did. And in Nomine Patris, I've got some part of the lyrics, some part of the chorus that is in Italian. And I've also melted Latin music, Latin lyric, and I thought it was a good result. And this is going to lead to another song for the next album that it will be probably all in Latin.
In Latin?
Yeah.
Oh, incredible. Do you know the Latin language?
No, that's the fun part. I need to study, as I did for the part in Guardians of Eternity or in Nomine Patris. All the Latin choirs has to be, I had to translate from English to Latin, from Italian to Latin. And then I went to a Latin teacher and I said, okay, see if it's that correct. And he said, no. So I had to change it. Especially for Guardians of Eternity, at the end of the song, there's a prayer that is in Latin, that is an actual prayer, a prayer to Saint Michael Archangel, and it's a real prayer in Latin. I had to modify some kind of metric to let it match, but it's actual Latin. And I said, wow, to me sounds great. I need to do another song that is complete in Latin, whole song.
Okay, I will see it. I promise you.
Yeah. I will try my best.
You have to know I studied 7 years of Latin.
Oh, really?
Really. When I finished my university studies, when I graduate, I could speak in Latin in a fluid conversation. Not now.
Okay, now
Not now.
you made a mistake. Now you made a mistake. You told me this stuff. You said that to me. So you will make the review of the Latin song, okay? Correct it.
Okay, I'll do it. I promise.
Yeah, well, but you won't have to share it.
Well, the final song in the album, Fairy Tale, for me is one of the best songs in the album. Is the longest one. I think is Nomine Patris, the longest one. Is the second, but for me is the more operatic song, more mix of a style song. Tell something about this song, please.
I think is a very special song. Fairy Tale is a cover version of another song from Shaman and from Andre Matos. And I challenged myself to try and do my best to tribute Andre Matos the best way I could. I've already done it in Nemesis with Carry On, but this one is another good song that I really love. So I realized that Andre, when he wrote it, it put all the operatic style, all the mood that I love in that song song 25 years ago, maybe 30. I don't know when it was released, but it was between 1990 and 2000. So it was pretty much those period. And I said, okay, I need to do it. And I love it. The operatic orchestral parts are obviously a bit changed from the original version due to the fact that we needed to put something different to put our point of view inside of the song. And I have to tribute my to say thank to this for this to Daniele Mazza from Ancient Bars, because he made an amazing job.
Well, another of the strong points of the band, I think, are the musicians, not only the singers, the musicians, Simone Mularoni, Michael Herré, and the other musicians. How do you get these musicians for the project?
I just gave them a call. I mean, I know them. We are friends with each of them. And Simone, as I said before, was the first one involved due to the fact that I've already knew. I knew already that he would have mixed and mastered the album. And then we also tried to get Oliver Hartmann convinced and get into it, but we couldn't reach him. And Michael Herré said yes to my invite to this project when we were touring with the Unity and Skeletoon. And Francesco Ferraro is a close friend to the band. We also announced him as the official band members in Skeletoon. And pretty much this is the way. I mean, Alessio Locati was already on every Skeletoon album, and Daniele Mazza came up when we needed more orchestral versions, and Simone Mularoni suggested his name, and I've already made an agreement with Daniele for the second Seven Guild album. So probably the musician won't change a lot, but we will see some different names for the sequel. And spoiler, sequel, second sophomore album from the Seven Guild will be called Polaris.
Okay. And there will be the same singers, or you change one of the singers, or you increase the number of the singers in this album, in Polaris.
We will have the same singers, we will have new singers, we will have different singers in part.
Alessandro will be there?
I would say that is possible. I mean, the concept beyond... the concept behind the second Seven Guild album, Polaris, is the Arctic night, okay? And we will need singers that can, express their voice for those kind of situations, for those kind of scenarios. And I think Alessandro Conti is one of the best singers we can pick up.
Okay, I count with Alessandro in the Polaris. Thanks. Well, as you said, Seven Guild is not a project for one album. It's a real band, and you will do more albums, the second and the third, I hope.
And more live shows.
Yes, that's the question. Can we see you live?
Sure. We are about to announce some special gigs. We aren't allowed yet to say it now, but soon we will release a couple of very good festivals and maybe something more. I mean, Seven Guild has created to play live, but not that much. Okay, something like we want to save the live shows for very special occasions. Okay, like good stages, good crowds, or in my point of view, good situations that it could be maybe, I don't know. I've always dreamt to play live in a theater. Maybe it will happen. I always loved the idea to play with an orchestra. Maybe it will happen. We'll try and do our best to let this happen.
Well, in Barcelona, we have two spectacular theaters for do this experience, Liceu and Palau de la Música.
We know. And if people from Spain, and especially people from Barcelona, will ask for the Seven Guild live, maybe our management say, okay, let's go there and play. We hope so. I mean, actually the album is going great in Spain, Germany, Sweden, Finland, US, Japan. Japan is going great, and South America. So we will see. Do you know the last country that is enlisted in this kind of list of countries is Italy.
Well, you are.
You speak Latin, so we in Italy say "Nemo profeta in patria."
Yeah, this is real.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately, this is real. Well, this is a band to mix members of the other bands. Obvious, Simone will be busy with DGM, and Giacomo with Rhapsody, and Ivan. I don't know in what band is Ivan. I think
In Italian, yeah.
he left Vision Divine.
Yeah, recently. But he has his own band since forever. I mean, they are a very epic power metal band that is called Dirtian, and go check
Yes,
them.
I know.
They're
I
great.
know Dardian.
And
In
he's
the
also
beginning, in
playing.
Dardian was Fabio Leone, the singer of Dardian, in the early
I don't
beginning.
know this, but I mean, Fabio pretty much sung in every power metal band in the world. So
Yeah.
yeah, probably. I don't know. He's the voice of power metal. So I
In
don't know.
Italia,
But
yes.
and Ivan and Giacomo will always be present in our live shows. I mean, we want to deliver the three singers. You will see a different lineup for musicians because Simone has got his own schedules and his own agreements with DGM. So you won't see Simone Mularoni live with the Seventh Guild, as the same as you won't see live Daniele Mazza, but probably you will see live Michael. Maybe we will see. We have Stefan Oliveri on the drums as official drummer for live performances. That is a great guy, an amazing musician, a youngster because he's only 19 years old and he plays great, crazy. I don't know for the next album, but probably the live musicians will be included in the recording sessions for the next album.
Well, we will see it. Okay, for the ending the interview, what about the
Yep.
Skeletoon?
Yeah, they're alive. Okay. We are going to play a couple of festivals this summer, and we are going to end the summer playing supporting Stratovarius, Vision Divine, and a lot of Twilight Force, a lot of great bands in Metal Italia Fest, an Italian metal fest that is going to happen September 28th, and it's going to be great. And we have Vortex that is waiting to be released, the sequel of Nemesis. But we didn't imagine the Seventh Guild would have had this kind of success for the release. And maybe, unfortunately, Skeletoon will have to wait 1 or 2 more years. I don't know. But probably my next release will be Polaris.
I'm scared right now because
No, you won't. It's me. Skeleton is me. It's a part of me. So it won't see an ending.
yes. I've seen something like this. Do you remember a band called Ed Guy?
That guy.
Yeah.
I know. Everybody is saying the same to me. And I feel humble. Wow, I'm honored, but I feel humble because they say, okay, you're making a comparison with Skeletoon and that guy. So for extension, you're making a comparison between me and Almighty Tobias Summit. I mean, I would give my right arm to be like him. So, I don't know. Edguy and Avantasia are two different words, and these words are from the same man, but obviously you have to consider a lot of situations around music. And Avantasia is keep going, and Edguy is stuck, let's say this, but it's not finished. I think it's not finished, but it's on them. About me, the Seventh Guild is going great. Skeletoon is going great, but for now, pressures are more for the Seventh Guild than for Skeletoon, so I have to consider it. But Skeletoon is not finished, the same way as Edguy, I'm sure, is not finished.
You promise me?
I promise. About Skeletoon, yes.
Okay, because
I don't know about Edguy.
because you know I am a super fan of Skeletoon. Is one of my reference bands, and I will be so sad if Skeletoon will finish.
No, it will not. I mean, I can't forget my funny side. Even now that I'm watching the Seven Guild gaining so much good, positive results, there's a part of me saying, hey, Skeletoon has got something to say. Skeletoon has got something to say. And I know. And sooner or later, it will be out.
Well, we have to wait for a Skeletoon, but
Yeah.
with a project of like Seven Guild, it is a very, very great project and a nice project, and could be it will be more successful than a Skeletoon quickly.
We hope so. I mean, I hope for both of the project, but I can see that now the Seven Guild, with only one album released after 1 month, is gaining a lot of followers, the same as Skeletoon. So Skeletoon has got 5 albums outside now. So maybe people want more the Seven Guild and Skeletoon. That is different from what I want. I want both. So for now, I'll give them Seven Guild. And if my heart says Skeletoon has something to say, Skeletoon will be released as soon as possible.
Okay, when we have to wait for the next the Seventh Guild album for Polaris? 2 years? 2, 3?
I hope 1 year. I hope. I mean, it's not a matter that I can control. I mean, songs are already there to be done, completed, but they are there. And we need to do the promotion. We need to let Triumviro do its own course. So we will see. I spoke with the label, and we are talking about maybe mid 2026.
Okay, this is a very, very good date to do it.
Hopefully. Obviously, hopefully.
Hopefully. Well, Tomi, it was a pleasure, as usual, to speak with you, talk with you, and I hope to see you live very, 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 very soon.
Yeah, trust me, it was a pleasure for me too, and I hope the same as much as you do.
Thank you. Goodbye.
To you, Gabe. Bye.